8 police officers in hospital.
Chaotic scene.
The scene isn't what it used to be. In a world full of crappy tutorials, with more than hundreds of thousands of views, I fight for equality. I fight for justice. With society's standards dropping by the day, things are only getting worse. I'm the last thing standing between the now and the destruction of what we used to know. I am Coach Sambo.
What's up, all my B-boys and all my B-girls? This is your man, Coach Sambo, your online B-boy coach. And if you've just clicked this power kick tutorial, that's telling me that you are hungry for some power move knowledge. Smart move. I'm sure that 90% of the people will skip this tutorial and they will just go straight to the power moves. But installing a good power kick into your CPU is vital to how fast you will understand and learn your power moves. So basically, the power kick is actually the go down that most B-boys and B-girls use to enter their power moves. The power kick provides you with the simplest and easiest way to enter a power move, and it also provides you with the ability to create speed for that power move. And I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty important to me. You can also use the power kick to create separate moves and combos. Also, you can create your own variations really quick to find your own original ways to enter your power moves. And we'll go more into detail in all of that a little further in the video. And people who would think,
oh, I already know how to do a power kick,
and basically don't watch this video, well, these people are gonna miss out on a lot of information and knowledge, giving you the advantage. And once you have a good power kick, it will open up a lot of doors and possibilities for you and your power moves. And things like Airflares, 90s, 2000s, or even just going into your jackhammers nice and swiftly from your top rock. And if you would master the power kick and you want to learn new moves, then just head on over to my YouTube channel because I have tons and tons and tons of high quality tutorials for you guys. And don't waste your time because YouTube
Is full of crappy tutorials.
So make sure you hit the subscribe button right here so you can take yourself to the next level. So before starting with the power kick, you actually want to know in what direction your power moves are. Because it would be kind of stupid if you would learn your power kick in one direction, but you actually do your windmill in the other direction. Coach Sambo's got your back right here, don't worry. The direction of your power moves is usually determined by your baby freeze, or turtle freeze, or whatever you might call it. Because your turtle or baby freeze actually indicates in what direction your windmill will be, or is. And let me just add here, if you're watching this video, that you're probably gonna learn a lot of power moves from now on. You always have to triple check that you learn everything in the same direction. So like your windmill and your flare and your head spin, all these moves should be in the same direction, clockwise or counterclockwise. There's no good one, there's no bad one, but you just have to make sure that everything is in one direction because otherwise you won't be able to combine these moves together without stopping and changing direction. You know, and it might sound stupid of me saying this, but there are a lot of people out there who have learned mixed power moves in mixed directions. And this creates major problems when they want to combine them. So use your brains and be smart, all right? And learn all your power moves in the same direction. I perform my baby freeze or turtle freeze on my left hand. And if that's the same case for you, then you should do everything in this tutorial in the same direction that I will be showing you. If you turtle freeze or baby freeze on your right hand, you just have to do everything in this video in the opposite direction. So if I say left hand, that means right hand for you. And if you don't know how to do a baby freeze or a turtle freeze, then just head on over to my YouTube channel because I have the most detailed baby freeze tutorial you have ever seen in your life. And I'm really serious. Even if you really already know how to do baby freeze, you should actually check it because
it's full of good jokes.
Besides that, I show all basic variations that you can do with the baby freeze, and I give a lot of good tips. You know, it's just worth watching, so just check that out. So let's start this off by creating a big step to the side. I baby freeze on my left, so I step to the side with my left foot. If you baby freeze on your right, then you know what to do. After positioning your foot on the floor, you want to bend your left leg just a little. This will give you the bounce and the build up to go for that powerful power kick. But hold your horses. We're not there yet. After that small build, you're going to kick out the left leg to the back. While this kick is being performed, you will put down your right hand first, in the same area your left foot was first standing. So this is where a lot of kids start to mess up. If at some point you kick with the wrong leg or you put down the wrong hand, then your power kick will actually become some sort of a cartwheel. People who are doing cartwheels instead of power kicks are not using their brains. So make sure you switch on your brains. The moment your hand touches the floor, we're going to take a small break and freeze, just so we can get the next steps really clean without confusion. After the stop, you want to place your left hand on the floor next to your right hand. And I repeat, after the stop. After placing your second hand on the floor, the moment has come to use that one leg that's still on the floor and push yourself up into the air so you can get into that handstand. Give the legs just a little bit of air time and then land on your left foot first. And if you freeze on your right hand, then you're gonna land on your right leg first. And be really, really careful because I'm using a lot of these words, left hand, left foot, right leg, and it can get really, really confusing. And especially if you're just starting out with this b-boy stuff. So again, use your brains. Your brains are the key to this whole thing. So now we basically have 5 steps. Kick, first hand, second hand, push, and land. Make sure you learn how to do all of this in separate steps to avoid any mistakes or confusion. And once you can do this like really, really clean and you really know what you're doing, then you can start to speed it up and try and get more flow into that movement. Now let's zoom in and look at a few details right here. Try and combine the power kick go down with some top rocks so you don't look like a gymnast or a powerhead when performing your power kick. The first hand we place on the floor has to be slightly rotated to give yourself more space to rotate before placing your second hand. If you get pretty comfortable here, then you should try rotating 90 to 180 degrees before actually placing your second hand. This will create even more momentum and build up more speed to enter your power move. While performing the power kick, your leg placement has to be exactly in the same position as our head spin or when doing a spinning handstand. Hips low and legs to the front, open and stretched, while avoiding the banana position. And the banana position is actually something that can ruin your b-boy or power move career. So if you're starting out with power moves and you just learned that, I might have just changed your b-boy career for life right here. And you're more than welcome. Make sure you keep those legs nice and open, and a good flexibility in your hips will definitely help you get a better form. Also, another tip I'm gonna add right here is you can create a massive amount of speed from that kick to the back. And when you feel comfortable enough, just go for it. Just enter any power move you like, but just try and really build up a massive amount of speed without injuring yourself. But when entering a ground power move or a air power move, you want to slightly change your power kick. And that brings me to these golden tips right here. If you are performing a ground power move such as a windmill or a backspin from your power kick, you want to minimize the height of your power kick and keep yourself close to the floor. This will make the catch into the baby freeze really easy for you, so your entry to the windmill stays clean. If you are performing air power, such as an Airflare or a 90, you want to kick those legs high up all the way into a handstand, but you probably want to hold back your speed if you're having a hard time. As I showed you previously, you want to stop, freeze, and then push yourself all the way up. By performing this too fast, some people don't get up to that handstand. And that creates major issues, right? So if you can't get those legs all the way up, which is a very common problem, then take your time. Stop, push yourself up, then you can start walking or start doing a 90 or whatever. If you are going to enter a head spin from a power kick, then you want to keep your head low so you don't drop all the way into that headstand and kill yourself. And once you know how to do a basic power kick, then you can let your creativity start to flow. And I'm gonna give you some possibilities right here to help you get your flow going. And keep in mind, when creating your own stuff, anything is possible, like anything. You just gotta figure out the solution how. The first example is basically doing a power kick and then landing on one foot and bouncing off that foot and catching it with a windmill. The second example is a power kick, landing on my feet and then performing a corkscrew, using this as a go down to go to my footworks or even to any kind of freeze. The third example is doing a power kick, stopping the motion and then bouncing back into the other direction, basically creating a mindfuck, but at the same time, getting your creativity flowing. These are just 3 ideas you can have. You can use them however you want, but I actually just strongly advise you to just create your own stuff and find your own identity within these moves. Because that is what b-boying is all about, my friends. It's about finding your own shit. And if you've managed to create your own go downs thanks to this video, then send it to me on Instagram because I'd love to check it out. Besides that, if you have any questions, just send me some videos of that and I would be more than happy to help you out. And if you've learned something from this tutorial, then just hit some random comment down in the comment section because this channel is pretty new and I need help to boost it up. And commenting and liking and all of that
Boost up the stats.
ranking me. Also, don't forget to subscribe right here if you want to keep learning new stuff and pushing yourself to the next level. And don't forget, I have tons and tons of tutorials. And I'm really working hard to bring out new tutorials for you guys every week. Because at the end of the day, when you think about it, it's just all about that b-boy shit.